has truly changed the game. While outplaying Intel in nearly every way, they're still making brand new GPUs for gamers around the world to enjoy. It's a tough job to battle two giants at once, but they can't let NVIDIA take all the glory in graphics. And tomorrow, AMD makes their next move. Yes. Will you be happy to have one? Like I'm happy to tell you about our sponsor, Redux. Redux is a PC builder striving to bring PC gaming to the masses by offering the same prices as if you built it yourself, plus a $75 build fee. Check the link in the description below and start creating your PC today. Paper launch jokes aside, we've already discussed what availability is going to be like for this GPU. Basically, if you don't have a well-maintained F5 key or a mod, you're probably not going to be able to buy one on launch day. As with NVIDIA and the RTX 3060, I don't know why AMD has decided now is the best time to release a new GPU, but this is a review of the card itself. So let's start with that. The reference RX 6700 XT, that is what it is, right? Reference? It looks pretty sharp. It's not identical to the rest of the big Navi lineup, but it's got enough of the styling to let you know they're related. There's much less weight to the cooler than even the 2-slot RX 6800, which is curious given that card is rated for just 20 watts more power. It also has 4 fewer gigs of GDDR6 memory, which AMD confirmed is running at the same speed, but is now constrained to a 192-bit bus instead of a 256-bit one, meaning the diminished 96 megabytes of Infinity Cache will need to somehow pick up a lot more slack. But the RX 6700 XT is in a completely different price bracket than the RX 6800, so maybe these changes won't be such a big deal. So let's meet the cards we think will make a better comparison. We've got the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070, the 3060 Ti, the 2080 Super, and AMD's own last-gen RX 5700 XT, and they'll all go into our GPU bench for a fair fight. Shadow the Tomb Raider has the 6700 XT right in between the RTX 3070 and 3060 Ti, which isn't a strong start. When we turn on ray tracing, even the RTX 2080 Super outdoes it. We did predict this in our announcement analysis, but it's still a shock to the system given how much worse it performs than even the RTX 3060 Ti, which I should remind you is a card that, allegedly, retails for $80 less. Apparently there's relatively simple upgrade in AMD's performance in ray tracing though, so disappointing. Ti in F1 2020, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and Flight Sim 2020. Thankfully, Forza Horizon 4 provides some relief for AMD, placing the 6700 XT at the very top of the pack for once. It's not a great showing, unfortunately. It is worth noting, though, that Hardware Unboxed recently did a video on running modern GPUs with weaker hardware and found that lower-end CPUs like the Ryzen 5 from 1st gen to 3rd gen actually perform better with Radeon GPUs than NVIDIA's do, so perhaps that's another angle to consider when looking at these results. This classic GPU isn't really for productivity, and AMD says gaming is RDNA 2's top priority, but the workstation arena is definitely not a Radeon stronghold anymore. The RX 6700 XT is getting slaughtered in Blender, and this is before we even consider the ray-accelerated optics renderer. Puget Bench doesn't do AMD any favors either, even though the CPU does most of the heavy lifting here. It's placing well below even the RTX 2080 Super through most of these.